Okay, welcome back to Sailing Academy. I have another great interview partner, Kevin Burnham. Some of you might know him since he's in the Olympic circuit for very, very long time already. Kevin, you sailed the 470 for how many years?
28 years.
So almost 30 years as an athlete.
Yep.
And then you started coaching?
That's correct, yeah. I went to my first 470 Worlds in 1977 in Lake Hamana, Japan with Steve Benjamin. I had only sailed a dinghy since 1975, so I had 2 years under my belt and went there. I think we were 11th at those World Championships.
Which is pretty good for the beginning, huh?
Yeah, that was my first taste of international competition. And from then on, I dreamt of winning a gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah, that would be my next question. You won already silver in Barcelona, right? 1992.
Right. Yes.
And then you continued for another 12 years until you won your gold medal in the end.
That's true. I did the Olympic selections from 1980 to 2000.
Seems so impressive, eh?
Yeah, I did every single one.
What kept this fire burning in you? Like, I mean, winning a silver medal is already a big achievement. See how many of us are trying to get to the Olympics even, or then winning a medal is the biggest. But you had a silver medal already in the pocket, and then you still were fighting for the gold.
Yeah.
What makes the difference for you?
Well, I was very good friends with Jordi Calafat, who won the gold in Barcelona. And we had a day between the last races in Barcelona and the medal ceremony. And on that last day, I went out with Jordi in Barcelona, and we went out till very late at night. And the next day, we were seeing the sunrise up in the mountains of Barcelona. And I went back to the Olympic Village and went to sleep. The medal ceremony was 3 in the afternoon, but Jordi kept on partying with his friends. And I don't think he had gone to bed. And he was looking pretty rough at the medal ceremony.
Okay.
And we were up on the medal stand, and when I leaned over to get my medal, he was standing on the podium right next to me, and I looked. And as he ducked down with his head to receive the gold medal, I saw his eyes roll, and I thought he was going to fall over. And I put my hand out to catch him.
Okay.
And the guy giving the medals he said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was trying to help my friend." And I saw them put the medal around Jordi's neck, and then I just saw clear eyes and a transformation right before my eyes. And I thought to myself, oh, I've never seen anything like that. I've got to win a gold medal.
Okay.
And from that point on, I figured right then and there, I was going to continue until I won a gold medal.
So you continued until Athens 2004?
That's right.
Winning the gold with 47 years, right?
Yes, and Paul was 45.
Since you just told us about this story on the podium in 92, was it like that? Like you imagined it in the end in Athens? Was it worth all the sacrifice?
Yeah. Yes. And now I know. And the funny thing is, when you have something that you've been striving for more than half your life and you finally get it, the medal ceremony is a little bit of I'd like to watch it again, because I really don't remember it too much. I think my mind.
Do you have it on tape?
No, I don't. But I can tell you, I was out of my mind. I know when I saw the flag going up, I thought about all the different people I had sailed with through the 28 years. I had sailed with many different people, and it was all flashing before me, and it was just a wonderful experience.
So the thing you saw in Jordi Calafat's eyes, how did it feel in the end? How did it feel to win the gold medal?
It felt like a dream come true. It was a dream come true. It was something that I had always wanted as a little kid, and I used to watch the Olympics with my family on television. My father was an athlete, and we would cry when people from the United States won gold medals. And
real patriotism, eh?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Since you did it for so long, I guess you sacrificed a lot to win this in the end. So let's talk a little bit about sacrifice in terms of being an athlete. What did you sacrifice? What things?
Well,
would you do anything different now, or?
No, not really. I mean, I've been married twice in those 28 years, and they both left me because I was not home. So, but the point of the matter was, I was doing these campaigns when I met them. So, for them to try and change me halfway through, just didn't work.
So for you, it was actually more important to win this gold medal than this relationship?
Well,
kind of.
Yeah, because I hadn't finished what I started.
Okay.
And I knew in my mind that I wasn't going to give up.
Okay.
I had spent a lot of money on these campaigns. It's hard to raise money in America for sailing. So I spent a lot of money, of my own money. And I didn't sail all the time. I was a real estate agent. I was a yacht broker for Northern Swan. I mean, I had jobs, and so it wasn't like it is now where everyone is full-time athlete.
So after the Olympics, you switched to coaching and stayed actually with the 470. You coached Swiss, you coached Chinese.
That's right.
So you basically know everything about the class and how it developed in the last 40 years, we can say.
That's right, I do.
So what was the biggest change, not just in the 470, but also in the whole Olympic sailing?
I think it was the guise of the Olympic triangle being replaced by the trapezoid courses.
Okay.
So after Barcelona for the 1996 in Savannah and Atlanta, we went from sailing an Olympic triangle to the trapezoid. So the race courses were shrunk down and the time limits were hugely diminished.
Okay, so you had more races and shorter races.
Yeah, that's right. We had more races in '96, whereas in Barcelona we raced one race a day, and it was a 2-mile upwind beat, and you sailed 16 miles by the end of it. I think
that's impressive.
Yeah. So you had to be in really good shape because we wore water bottles back then. I'd wear 20 pounds of water up high on my chest, and so you had to be extremely fit. And I found when they shortened the courses, I didn't feel like I needed to be as fit as I did for the longer ones.
Okay.
Though I did, I always ran, and I always exercised. So I'm the same weight that I was in high school.
I was just about to say you look pretty much as a crew still.
I am the exact same weight.
Okay.
I haven't changed since I was 18.
Next question. Now the World Sailing decided to make 470 a mixed class for 2024. What's your opinion about it? What do you think will change, or is it? Yeah.
Well, I think that the 470 is a fantastic boat because we can adjust the rig for any size and not compromise. And with that, there aren't many classes we can do that with, So I know, as having been a member of the 470 Management Committee, that there was quite a lobby to replace the 470 with more skiffs. I was in Sarasota. It was their annual meeting. And again, the 470 was on the slate to get nixed out, to cut it out, and it was saved by having it be a mixed crew.
One more question: if you would do another Olympic campaign, what advice would you give to yourself, or how would you do things different?
I would say to anyone doing a campaign that if you think you're going to do it in 4 years and win medal, I wish you the best of luck, because I don't see that happening too often. It was 13 years for me to win the silver, and I don't know.
So you're saying that 4 years is not enough, so what do you think is realistic?
Well, I think at 8 you have a good chance. And there's a lot of guys here that I sailed against in Athens. They are still doing it. So Paul Brotherton is here for England, and I raced against him in Barcelona with Andy Hemmings. His crew was Andy Hemmings, and Paul is now 52 years old, and he's driving a 470.
It's like Santi Lange in Rio, right?
That's
Over
right.
50,
the
winning the
NACRA
gold
guy.
in NACRA.
Yes.
Yeah. It's impressive, but
it is.
somehow shows that sailing is not you're not like an athlete in swimming or anything.
That's
where you
right.
have the restriction from
I
the
agree.
age
I agree.
or physical restriction. You can still do it.
Yeah. That's the good thing about sailing, is we can do it later on, all through our lives, and the friends that we meet.
I'm pretty sure.
Like this guy.
I'm pretty sure after the winning the gold and having the silver in the pocket, you got in contact with professional sailing, like big boat sailing.
Yeah. It opens the doors to everything.
Just tell us a little bit about what you did. Did you have any contacts to the America's Cup teams, or?
No. I never had any interest in the Cup and just racing against one other boat. I always liked racing against a lot of boats. But it enabled me to be the tactician on the big J boats and offshore boats. I was on a boat that set the record for the Miami Montego Bay race, Miami to Jamaica. I've gone transatlantic races. I love going offshore. I love just going sailing. And what the best thing about sailing a 470 was that I can take what I learned in the 470 and apply it to these big boats and make them go faster.
Also the technical things.
Yes, moving the mast steps, so I can see when the draft's too far forward, we got to move the step back, and these are things I learned in the 470 that I was able to apply to keel boats. And I've had a lot of fun. My whole life has revolved around sailing since 1975.
I was far from being born. What advice would you give young sailors who are maybe an optimist or a little bit older than that, so under 20, let's say?
Yeah, if you have Olympic aspirations, train like you want to win the gold medal. When you go running, think about them hanging it around your neck. I mean, think about what you're doing and where it's going to get you. Are you spending quality time trying to get to the podium, or you're just going for the ride? So when I was younger, I kind of was just going for the ride, and then I realized, hey, I'm getting pretty good, so maybe I ought to consider trying to, that I will make it to the Olympics, And I broke a lot of bones. I was, into going to Hawaii and windsurfing and waves and mountain biking down big mountains and breaking collarbones and stuff like that. So, if you're really getting close to where you're going to medal and you've got to curtail the sports that you love that have some, chances of hurting yourself. You have to kind of take a break.
Surfing, skiing,
right?
Riding a motorbike,
right?
Yeah.
Yep. I've done
all those. I will
those.
not cut the skiing, but I'm careful.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, Kevin. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.